Hello everybody, welcome to FC Amakhosi channel. This is something which you like, comment, subscribe. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Guys, thank you so much for the beautiful support. Thank you so much for liking the videos. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for engaging me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and may God bless you. So yeah, guys, hey. And you know, I always say this to you. I do not react to the news instantly because I have my own schedule that I work on. But there will come a time where I'll have more time. But for now, I can't be recording every day. But nonetheless, I'm reacting to the news of the players that we have decided to not renew their contract. We did not cancel their contract, but we decided against renewing their contract. And then the players whose contracts were renewed. And some of you are not happy with few players that their contracts are not renewed, and one or two players that their contracts have been renewed. Like, guys, this is one thing that we all have to know as human beings. You can't please everyone. Like, even I can put on the effort, I can give my all, but you still find people who feel like, okay, you know what, here's an easy target. Let us attack this guy and bully him. He's not going to be a YouTuber. He's trying too much. He's boring and whatnot and whatnot. And then there are those who are like, dude, you know what you're doing. We love what you're doing. Keep it up. Hey, we're praying for you. We want you to have your own shooter, as you said before. Guys, I've realized that, you know what, I can't please everyone, and that is fun. As you as an individual as well, you can't please everyone. So get away from this mentality that everyone can love you. So do what you have to do, what you're called to do, what you love to do. And yeah, people will talk, whether you're doing right or you're doing bad. People will always talk. But yeah, in any case, why I'm saying this, I'm talking about these players whose contracts are renewed and those whose contracts are not renewed, and we are not all happy. That's one thing for sure. We are not all happy. Me, I'm one person because I'm no player FC fan, meaning what? I am not putting the player ahead of a team. I might like the guy as much as I might like a player and say that, you know, please keep this guy. Hey, please, this guy, why this guy is not playing? But there's no player who's bigger than the team. There's no player bigger than the team. Why am I saying so? You know how much I love Ngobo. You know how much I love Njabulo Ngobo. And I would have wished that he remained and waited patiently for Kaizer Chiefs management to come back after the technical team has assessed him to say that we are offering a contract or not. But after seeing what has happened to the other guys, others will be like, Njabulo Ngobo, like, he took the right decision by going to sign before even waiting for the coach to arrive. Because, I mean, what was the point? Because they waited, but they were still turned down. They're still disappointed. Why did he have to wait forever if this was the decision that was taken by management? Guys, no one knew what was going to happen, and I'm assuming here that the coach sitting down with the management or sitting down with the video analysis, that he looked at everyone at Kaizer Chiefs, more especially that it was urgent for them to make a decision. They sat down and said that, okay, watch the videos of 1, 2, 3, and then also let us look at the age. Let us factor the age here, and then let's also factor the amount of salary that you are paying to these guys. Age, salary, health bill in a sense that, okay, this guy, if he's saying that we must renew his contract, how old is he? And how many games has he played in a season? How many minutes has he played in a season? Never mind the games, but also the minutes that he has played in the season. Are you getting the return on investment on this guy, or you just wasting your money? so that you pull big numbers or the fans behind you supporting you. What's the point of keeping this guy if you can go out there and buy a proper player, a younger player, earning less, way less than this guy? So I think that Fernando da Cruz, with video analysis, with the management, or with whoever, they sat down and looked at so many things before making that decision whether to renew or not to renew. So Dolly is out. Sithebe, Hlanti already. Njabulo had already left and signed with Sekhukhune. So I'm going to look at the price, the salaries that they earn. I'm going to look at their ages. And then I want to tell you, like, overall, how much Chiefs have saved with just not renewing these contracts. Obviously, these might not be the exact figures out there in terms of their salary, but that could be roughly around what they are earning. But let's just say this scenario is true. They're earning exactly the figures that I'm going to give to you. And I just want you to look at the bigger picture of how much Kaizer Chiefs have saved and what can they do with that money that they've saved. Just listen to this. I'm going to be reading, guys. Going to be reading here. So I'll start with Njabulo Ngcobo. Njabulo Ngcobo is 30 years old. 30 years old. He's rumored to be earning 120,000. Oh, he was rumored that he was earning 120,000. 120,000, guys, times 12, that is 1,440,000 a year. 1,440,000 a year. Right? Keep those numbers, keep those figures, and keep the age. As much as I loved him and as much as I wanted him to stay, he made his decision. I'm going to move. Sithebe, 31 years old. 31 years old, earning 270,000 a month. 270,000 a month. 270,000 a month, that is 3,240,000. 3,240,000. Just do the maths. Just do the maths. Hlanti, 34 years old, was rumored to be earning between 100,000 and 150,000. So let us just go in between. Let's just say that he was earning 125,000 a month. 34 years old. So if Hlanti was earning 125,000 a month times 12, that is 1,500,000 a year. 1,500,000 a year. Should I go to Dolly? Dolly, 31 years old. These people were in their 30s. All of them, they were all in their 30s. Dolly, 31 years old, earning 1,400,000. 1,400,000. You know how much is that? You'll be shocked. In a year. That is 17,280,000. 17,280,000 in a year. Njabulo wasn't playing, wasn't liked, so many would say, and others would say that he flopped. Sithebe did not work at Kaizer Chiefs, did not really deserve to earn that badge, to play for that badge, because I mean, this speaks about also our scouting. Some players can be big and they can play very well in other teams, but really can they stand the pressure of playing for Kaizer Chiefs? He proved to be not a good signing, unfortunately. Hlanti was getting old, getting slow, getting yellow cards at the age of 34, earning 125,000. It wasn't worth to renew. It wasn't worth to renew a City's contract, and some would say it wasn't worth to renew Njabulo's contract as well. Dolly, definitely for me, it wasn't worth to renew his contract. How many games did Dolly play for Kaizer Chiefs? In how many seasons that he was there for us? That he was earning 1,400,000 a month, in a year 17,280,000. This is 1 aspects of Kaizer Chiefs that speaks about bad negotiations as well. So there's poor scouting or bad scouting, and there's also poor negotiations. How can a person rightfully earn a salary that is way more than any other people? The second highest player after this guy was Kune, or is Kune, who's earning 480,000 a month. And then you have someone who's earning $1 million plus. Guys, this is where you get divisions in clubs. This is where you hear that there are dressing room problems, because there are players who are earning like ridiculous, unjustified amount of salary, or earning ridiculous, unjustified salaries when they are always in the hospital. While those young boys are giving you 20,000, 30,000 a month, and then you have guys who are earning so much money. You say, no, they have experience, they deserve this and whatever. Sure, granted, but this is where Kaizer Chiefs, they need to be wise. This is where Kaizer Chiefs, they need to be wise. They need to sit down and structure a wage bill and say that if you're a player having so much experience, for example, we are capping our wage bill to max. We are capping our wage bill to 300,000, for example. 300,000, or we are capping our wage bill to 400,000. There's no one who's going to earn more than 400,000. Let's keep it here, because here's a problem. We are busy pumping out salaries, money, but there's no return on investment here, which in turn then affects the team negatively, financially. Why? Because you are not getting any trophies. You are not going to Africa. If by you going to Africa, let me pause by Africa. By you finishing number 2 in the league, you're getting like a couple of millions. You winning a trophy in PSL, you're getting millions. You going to Africa, you're getting like millions that are like guaranteed. You going to play in the World Cup club football, you're getting like billions. Think about this, guys. Think about this. We haven't had any return on investment on these guys. And as a club, we've been poor, and rightfully so. We've been poor because we can't negotiate, and we've been cutting corners. Hence, we have been running the club at the loss. Yes, there'll be sponsors, but imagine if you're winning and you're going to compete with these guys, even your Madrid in the Club World Cup. Imagine how much that you could make by you being competitive. So in total, Kaizer Chiefs this season, they saved, after they've let go of these guys, if you have added everything, the salaries of these guys in a year, Kaizer Chiefs are going to save 23,460,000. 23,460,000 that they're going to save without these guys around. That's how much Kaizer Chiefs are going to save. With Dolly's salary on its own, 17,280,000. Think about this. How many players can you get with this 17,280,000 of Dolly, or like the entire 23,460,000? Guys, Apollos, we are told, or the rumor is that Apollos is worth 8 million. That is cheap. That is reasonable to me. For a player who's a Bafana International, a player who's 22 years of age, that is reasonable. So let's just say 23,460,000 minus 8 million. Do you know how much is that? It's 15,460,000 that you get. 15,460,000. Say that there's a keeper who's 3 million or who's 4 million. You go and get that keep. There's a defender who's like, let's say 5 million, for example, a left back, because we need to address goalkeeper position, we need to address left back position, we need to address a striker position. Let's say keeper is 4 million. Then you are left with 11,460,000. And then you go and buy a defender, a left back who's 5 million. And then how much are you left with? You are left with 7,460,000. And then you go and get a striker. This striker, let's say we go for Reiners. Reiners could be around 15 million. Around 15 million, I'm assuming here. Pay that 7 million, and then the difference you pay in installments. Also, we also had a budget this year and say that this is how much you're going to spend going forward. Guys, we can afford to get proper players with just this money that you're going to save this year. By just not renewing these contracts, we can afford buying 4 players. It's a keeper, a police, which is a winger / attacking midfielder. It's a left back, and then a striker. 4 players, just 4 players. Just this window, and then you go in the next window. Guys, we're going to save, Kaizer Chiefs are going to save a lot of money. So, now we have renewed 2 contracts so far. We have renewed 2 contracts. Dove and George Matlo. Dove is an international player, right? He's rumored to be earning 105,000. So 105,000 times 12, that's 1,260,000. 1,260,000. George Matlo is rumored to be earning 100,000. So that is 1,200,000. 1,200,000. So basically you have 2,460,000. 2,460,000. You can even subtract from that amount and you'll see how much that we are saving this year. But I wanted to speak about Dove. Dove was disappointed with Dove. Like he was risking his career. He was really risking his career by saying that he wants to represent the Mozambican international. He's gonna come back, sort out his things, contracts things. And I'm like, guys, you can't play like this. You can't play like this. You go to this, it's not even a World Cup qualifier. It's COSAFA Cup. You gotta go and play with players that are not even known in South Africa. You want to go and represent your club. Guys, there are things that are so important. There are things that are ancient. I think him going to represent his country was just ancient and not really important versus sorting out his future with Kaizer Chiefs. I think his priorities were not aligned, were not correct. But in any case, his contract was renewed. George Matlo, I love the guy and is my favorite player. My fear is that he's an injury-prone player. But I'm hoping with a good physio that is going to stay injury-free. I'm hoping with so many players that are going to stay injury-free with a new physio and a good coach, a good physio who's going to prepare these guys. Guys, let me know your thoughts about this episode. I'm out. FC Amakhosi channel. Love you, Sanel. Cheers.